So far, Mortal Kombat 1 has probably been the most contentious NRS release ever. There are a lot of shining qualities in this game. There are some things that are bad but could be easily changed or fixed. And then there are some things that I'm not sure we'll ever get away from, and personally, it is kind of a bummer. We're gonna start with bad, move to good, and then finish with ugly. The first thing on the bad list is this character right here, Cyrax. I think in terms of main character picks, there's lots of diversity, but how did half the cast end up with Sector as their best cameo? Let's take SubZero for example. Everybody has been talking about how his damage has been nerfed into the ground, and I'll be honest, yeah, there are some things that aren't as good, but if you just throw on Cyrax, you get this damage all the way back. I dropped it, alright? I dropped it at 50%. But you get what I mean? So that was 50% with SubZero, and that was a huge complaint that everybody was having with him, that, you know, you couldn't get high damage anymore. Cyrax changes that. And SubZero was somebody that I didn't feel like needed Cyrax until everybody discovered that. You can technically get up to 56%, just using 3 bars of meter, no special moves like fatals or anything like that. Of course, everyone already knows the Scorpion one. You get tons of chip with Cyrax, which means you also build tons of meter, because in MK1 you build meter by having your attacks blocked by the opponent, and that, I didn't land a single hit, that did 20% damage, and I probably would have gained 1.5 to 2 bars of meter. I mean, I'm seeing Kenshi players even rocking Cyrax out here. Li Mei is even better with Cyrax. You can actually combo off of her instant air overhead special move. Watch this. That's what it normally looks like. It's just a hard knockdown, you can't combo. And then she has this low starter right here, which can go into a launch, you know, stuff like that. So now with Cyrax, she essentially has a 50-50 combo starter. I don't know what I'm doing with that. She gets 30%, and I didn't even do the correct combo because I haven't played Li Mei much since the beta. And yeah, that's an overhead low mix, and that is practically instant on an overhead. That is so hard to block as you practice it. I'm just bad at it. I don't know if I need to talk about Baraka, but I'll show you one combo with Cyrax and all the chip he can get if you don't know how to deal with it. Yeah, Cyrax is nuts. I'm dropping the 55% optimal I did in the video the other day, but there's even this basic one that anybody could learn and do it really easy. Like, I didn't even get all the hits right there, 476, and that was 1 bar of meter and 1 Cyrax call. Alright, and now Reptile is 1,000 health. Watch the chip damage that Baraka and Cyrax can do to him. That was 13% chip damage essentially, and all that meter build, and Baraka could just do it again, so what? You're going to be doing 26%, 2 moves in a row, and you didn't even get hit as the opponent. You were just blocking as you should. So yeah, in my opinion, Cyrax is a current negative for the game because I want there to be more cameo variety. I don't think one cameo should be the best one for all the characters. I don't know how you change that, but it's something I believe NetherRealm should look into. The next bad is that some things aren't polished. Like if I go into the shrine right here, look how long this takes me. I wish we had an option to skip this. It takes forever. There's kind of this weird delay to it, so when you want to go in and spend all these coins that you have no other thing to spend on, you are sitting here this long just to get your art. But look, I can't click A yet. Can't click A yet. Can't click A yet. Can't get... What is going on? Finally, I can click A. So I think stuff like that, just some more polish over how quickly you can navigate things and use your coins. Another bad is that there is no crossplay yet in MK1, and that's pretty tragic for a player like me. I have stuck to Xbox because all my childhood and college friends are on this platform, and I didn't really want to make the switch even though I knew in the MK scene that PlayStation is the dominant platform. We had crossplay in MK11, we had crossplay rooms, we had crossplay casuals, and it was in beta on that game for like 3 or 4 years, so I was hoping upon the release of MK1, we would finally get full crossplay. Even if they didn't do crossplay ranked, they would have crossplay, King of the Hill, rooms, and casuals. I mean, just having it in general would be nice so I could play people, viewers, subscribers on other platforms. But in terms of competing, I need crossplay King of the Hill. How tournament organizers run the events is they set themselves AFK in the King of the Hill, and then the 2 competitors join, and then the tournament hosts just spectate the match each time, and commentate over it. I currently can't compete, and I have no idea why crossplay isn't in the game yet. It seems like an oversight. The only reason it's not an awful tier is because most players aren't going to deal with that problem, like they're not trying to compete, so you probably wouldn't even notice. But it's definitely a bad because I do know some of you guys have friends on other platforms you want to play against. Next in bad, and a lot of you guys have been telling me that this is annoying. When you go to the move list, you can no longer, like you could in MK11, MKX, every other NRS title, you cannot select and ping a move to be on your screen while you're playing. So if I click any button, there's nothing I can do to have it above my character so I can look at it while I'm performing the combos. On top of that, did you see how I was scrolled down the list? As soon as I go back to the move list, it starts me off at the top every single time, which if you've ever been trying to like, say look down here at your moves, so say I'm down here, I'm just trying to learn, you know, these moves at the bottom of a new character's moves list, like AAA. I go out here really quickly, try and perform it, and then I'm like, well, I messed it up, I want to look back. It's like I gotta scroll all the way down again. Scorpion is a short move list, so it's not as bad, but for the characters with really long move lists, it's really annoying. In all other games, you just stayed right where you were when you left the move list. All right, next up, this happens every single Mortal Kombat game. They start off with way too hard of brutal requirements and then tone them down. It happened for both MKX and MK11. So the fact that they went ahead and did it again for MK1 just feels weird. It feels like it must be purposeful. Like they want it to be harder to see them at first, and then as the game goes on and less people are playing, they just are like, okay, we'll lighten those up. Like I'm tired of answering every comment on how to get Scorpion's throw brutal, because yes, it is forward, down, back, up, and it has to be super quickly. And if it's not in a combo, which even I struggle to do it in the combo, the opponent needs to be at 1% health because the brutal activates on frame 1, and frame 1 only does 1% damage. So it's just weird requirements like that that are really frustrating. We also have Scorpion's Spear Brutal, which you already have to hold back during the hit, and it must be jump distance away. Like why? Isn't the fun of Mortal Kombat games the finishers? Like just make it hold back. That's already something I have to remember to do. Now I have to just dance around the screen, make it look like I'm BMing on my opponent. It's just, I don't know. They need to be fixed and changed like they always are. Lastly, in bad, I'm going to have to put invasions here, and I know some people enjoy it, but the problem is most people, when they play invasions, they want to do it as quickly as possible, and the way you do that is just stacking all your points onto damage, just down 2ing the opponent over and over again, because that's what gives you the most amount of points, because you flawless both rounds with a 1-hit down 2, and then you also get the brutal for extra points. It basically becomes pointless at one point or another, and the grind is just a gameplay time grind. You just keep going through, down 2ing, down 2ing, down 2ing. I don't know what they're gonna do to fix that, because that is the optimal way. I think they need to make it so the optimal way is more fun, and just change that up, because currently I can't stand it. I'm just sticking to leveling up Scorpion through online play. I'll go in here and do invasions before the end of the season just to make sure I get everything, but I'm not rushing to do it anytime soon. Now that was a little heavy, let's go into the good things, and there are a whole lot of good things in this game. I know by starting off with the bad, you make it sound like I hate the game. No, I love this game, but I also see why people who maybe play the game a little less have tons of criticism for it. The seasonal shop is the best way NetherRealm has ever done cosmetic unlocks. So you see I have 18,435 season points. You get the season points rather easily, and you can get it in any game mode. You can get it online, you can get it in invasions, I think you get it in story mode, and I can go in here and choose what to spend my unlocks on. And look how many different skins and equipment each character has. I know the color palettes are all relatively the same, but it's still, oh wait, the reptile skin. This one is kind of a meme. This one is the goofiest looking skin. But the point is, I have complete control on what I unlock, and every character has multiple skins, which is just great. I think it's the best way they've ever done it, because you don't even have to go into Combat League for this. If you're not even an online player, or you only like casuals, you can just get on, play casuals, and have all these cool skins for your character. And get some gear as well. The next good, I know I was saying Cyrax is a bad right now because I don't think cameos are all that well balanced. I think the main roster is pretty well balanced. I know we've seen those tournaments where 5 Melinas plays top 8, but in general, online, although you are gonna get a ton of Johnny Cages and a ton of Baraka Cyraxes, I think that there aren't really any truly bad characters. I mean, I put characters in B tier because yes, compared to Kenshi, Baraka, Raiden, stuff like that, those characters are objectively a little worse. I don't think any character is truly outmatched. I think main character balance is the best it has been in quite some time. Next, a good thing about cameos. Although everyone wants to pick Cyrax, if you don't care about choosing the optimal competitive pick, cameos are really nice because this game is the most creative Mortal Kombat game ever released. I know some people are gonna say MKX, it's just not true. Yeah, there might be less combo routes per cameo pick, but different cameos open up completely new combo options. There are moves you can't combo with without certain cameos, but if you choose a different one, you might unlock a different move you can combo off of, but leave the other one behind. It is really creative, and per matchup, you can kind of do whatever you want. Let me show you some examples with Scorpion. Now, I'm using Sector with Scorpion right now, and Sector is great for Scorpion because it allows him to combo off his back three, which is this long-range, low-sweeping move that you cannot special cancel. Sector changes that though. If I call in the missile, and then I land a back three, I'm getting a full combo on that, which is nuts, because most cameos in the game don't allow that. Motaro allows Scorpion to combo off the flames, and it looks like this. Ooh. And I could have gone into a full launch there for like 40%. I just did something simple, so yeah. Different cameos just open up new Scorpion combo routes. He can do a full screen as well. Right there. Does not matter. Motaro turns Scorpion's low flame into a full combo anywhere on the screen. It's really nice. I know you guys get the point, but we'll do one more. Jax turns Scorpion combos meterless. This is what it looks like. All of that was meterless damage, by the way. 39% one cameo spend meterless, even though normally you would actually have to spend the bar right here if you did not have Jax. So yeah, different cameos, different combos. It's a great system and the most creative Mortal Kombat ever. I think it's a given from everybody. This is one thing I haven't seen complained about at all, and it is the fact that the stages are beautiful. The music is better than in years past. Even though I was never really a big stage music hater, I did think about half the MK11 stage tracks weren't very good. In this game, I only dislike like one or two of them. The issue is I don't speak on it much. I turn off the stage music so I can add, the music in the background. The campaign in this game is good. I like it a lot. I won't get into any spoilers here, but it's a good campaign. Practice mode, although it has the issues I already talked about, it's pretty in-depth. They did make improvements on top of what we had in MK11. It's just they need to also revert some of the changes. I think character rewards were a great idea, this character level thing, because you can just play with your character and you'll level up and unlock stuff. I don't have to go to the crypt. I don't have to go out of my way to find and do anything special. I can just play with the character I want to play and unlock things. Lastly and good, I enjoy that every character has tons of damage. Let's be real, everybody would be complaining if there was only like 2 or 3 high damage characters. Honestly, just give all the characters great damage and then take some of the B tiers and change them in other ways to make them like A. That way we only have S, A+, and A tier characters. Everybody could win a tournament. Yes, some characters will always be easier than others, but yeah, that's all I would ask. I left some of the obvious good things out too, like the tutorial mode is a really solid one. They improved off of it even from MK11. Obviously, all the classic things MK is known for are really, really cool. The artists did an amazing job. The game designers did an amazing job. I love that there's no more variations and we have the cameo system instead, because again, I can actually use all the moves that my character has had in the past, minus a few, but honestly, I just love the larger move lists, and the animations for those move lists are great. I like the 1st to 3 format, but I wouldn't mind it being 1st to 2 if everybody wants that. But if we do go to 1st to 2, keep it where you can't swap the main character. That's all I ask. It's not even that I haven't been in a spot where I wish I could switch. I have been. I have played Ashra and Tanya, and characters that really just match up poorly, Johnny Cage. And yeah, of course I would love to switch to Baraka, but I still like it a lot. I like that it's blind going into it for a 1st to 2, then you can switch cameos. Now for the ugly, and let's start off with the player 1 advantage. I don't really want to steal anybody's views here, but essentially player 1 advantage is a thing that everybody's been talking about for the last week. In old games, essentially player 1 gets slight frame advantages, which allows certain combos and moves to hit, while as the player 2 cannot do it. I don't know how it managed to sneak its way into MK1, and it would have just been in the bad section because it's already been addressed that it's going to be patched. It's just in the ugly section because the patch was supposed to come out on Friday. It is now Sunday and it got delayed, and I'm worried it's just going to keep getting delayed. It should have just been easily hot fixable considering this has been done right before. I don't know. Just seems like an oversight. I don't want to steal any views, but go look up Player 1 Advantage if you don't know what it is. SubZero is a great example of it. You can't actually freeze your opponent in the air after some combos when you're the player 2. Unlike when you're player 1, you can. So the competitive integrity is really hurt by that, especially say you have a SubZero mirror match in a tournament. That'd be awful. Okay, we gotta talk about it, and I love the game. Mortal Kombat 1 has free-to-play prices in the cosmetic shop when it is a $70+ game. Everybody knows Mortal Kombat is one of the most expensive gaming franchises to be into. I mean, if you plan on even just getting one DLC pack, you're already looking at spending like $110 on one game alone, and that doesn't include any of the cosmetics you're gonna get in the shop, or Combat Pack 2. Or Combat Pack 3. So if you're a big fan like I am, you're looking at spending over $150 to $200 over the lifespan of this game because I plan on getting everything right away. I know deals come out years down the line where you can get it all for cheaper, but upon release, you're spending at least $150 on all the characters in this game. So it is an expensive title. Tell me how a Shang Tsung announcer voice is $10 on a $70 game. That is literally like what Apex Legends or Fortnite would charge for a cosmetic. And this game, like, I don't think I've ever spent $70 in Fortnite, and I have stuff like this because it's a free-to-play game. The Scorpion skin, $10 for one skin plus palette swaps to change the color. These are seriously free-to-play prices. Like, when you go to Warzone, Fortnite, Apex Legends, there are $10 skins in the shop, and you get one skin. And honestly, sometimes you get a little more. You get a charm, or you get 3 Apex packs. It is actually kind of nuts. I don't know what they were thinking, because even in the past, I thought it was a little steep when they did skin packs. Like, it was $15, right? But you got multiple different character skins. So in MK11, you might get 6 different unique character skins for $15, you know? A little pricey, but fair enough. This game, those same 6 skins would cost you $60 because they're gonna charge you $10 each time. This needs to be addressed. I mean, it's ugly. It's ugly. I mean, I get it. It's just, holy. I mean, this isn't a free-to-play game. I don't get it. Like, I've already put in, because I got the premium edition, I've already put in $110 into this game. Next up, Mortal Kombat 1 is the buggiest NRS release ever, and it's ugly, but I can't say I'm complaining too much, but I get why everyone else is. I'll take this product as buggy as it is because I had been playing MK11 almost daily for 4 years. Anything new was a plus, and this game is amazing, but like, I can accept that it's an unpolished product, even though, yes, it is clear this is the least polished MK game that's ever been released. I mean, even like Scorpion's spear brutal animation is messed up, but let's see, we get black screens after Combat League sets, we get black screens after private match sets. These online stats, the right side just isn't correct. I haven't played 94 rank sets. Like, you could go into my Combat League and I don't have that many sets played. I have like 50. And I don't have 48 rank sets won. I mean, Player 1 Advantage is a bug, even though we already talked about it. It's so weird that it was released like that. Everybody's been talking about the Africa servers because, so in the past, Mortal Kombat was peer-to-peer, meaning, you know, one person was the host of the match and the other connected to that host. So people in Africa, per se, could get good ping because they were just connecting to each other. MK1 is dedicated servers, so for most of us, that's great. But for people in Africa, when there is no server there or the Middle East, they have to send their connection all the way over to Chicago in the US, where that data is then transferred back to both players. So although those two players could live down the street from each other, they're gonna get like 400 millisecond ping. That's something that I hope WB and NetherRealm just fixes in the future, because those people paid good money for this game as well and deserve a quality online experience. I think that's about it. I don't want to be too harsh because, again, I do love this game. I'm having a blast, but I can't ignore all the comments I get on every video telling me to talk about this stuff, so I'm getting it off my chest. These are the things that I thought were good, bad, and ugly so far with MK1. On the bright side, I think all of this will be fixed over time, but this video is going to show that hopefully somebody sees it You know, everybody just needs to speak out, you know, if they have a voice for this, because again, we want it changed as quickly as possible so I can recommend this game to people who normally wouldn't spend $70 on a fighting game. That's it for me today. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments or just discuss with me. I love this game. Gotta repeat it. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.